everyone, welcome to Boxed Up Comics. I am very excited because on this video I'm going to be showing you some of the comic books that I was able to find at one of our bookstores and also one of the local comic shops in my area. So I know that sometimes it feels like there's not a lot of hope for finding stuff on the dollar bins or the $2 to $3 bins. But this time I was able to find quite a bit, and everything that I'm going to show you guys is going to be under $3 that I paid for. But they're definitely worth $5 to $20, and one of them could possibly be worth about $25 to $30 because of how much in great shape that they are. So with that said, let's begin. First, we're going to start with Marvel. The first one's going to be the Mighty Thor number 363. Now, this is one of my favorite keys right now because it's the first time that Thor becomes a frog, which is not to be confused with Throg, which is another Thor from another universe, and it's not Donald Blake. The one on this issue is actually Donald Blake from the Earth that we all know, which is 616. So yeah, this is an awesome comic. He gets turned on the last page on the last panel by Loki, and on the next issue, this 63, so 64, 364, he actually is a frog the entire issue. You see his words on the bubbles, but he doesn't turn back into Thor till later on. So it's kind of cool. I also have that one, which I'll be showing you guys on another video, because that's from another haul where I also have some amazing cues to show. Next, sticking to Marvel, the Transformers number 19. Now this one, as you can see in the front cover, is the first appearance of Omega Supreme, which is this big guy right here. So he is with the Autobots and fights the Decepticons, and here he comes to aid the Autobots in their battle. So I haven't actually read the whole comic, but I skimmed through it and I saw the synopsis of the storyline. So it's a pretty cool comic book to have. It's not in great shape, but for this one, just like this one, I only paid $2. So it was definitely worth getting. It has some damage at the top. I mean, it presents well, but it does have a little bit of damage. So next, also Marvel, it's Gwenpool number 1. So this seems like a fun comic. I haven't read it yet, but I really do like Deadpool a lot. So I'm imagining this will be just as fun to read. But this is the first solo story from Gwenpool. So not her first appearance, but first solo story. So I'm excited to have this one. I want to read it, but keep it in great shape because this actually has a about $10 value. So, and it is in great shape, so definitely holding up its value. So that is it for Marvel. Next, it's not Marvel or DC or a comic book at all. This is a magazine. It's called Comic Interviews, and as you can see, the Power Rangers are at the front. This is an early appearance of the Power Rangers on a cover, so or in comics at all. So this one has an interview of all the creators from the Power Rangers. And the key about it is it's just considered an early appearance of the Power Rangers. So I think it's within the first 2 or so years that the Power Rangers came out. So it was still pretty early, and there weren't a lot of comics at that time from the Power Rangers. So definitely a cool find. It was going for like, I want to say $40 to $50 on eBay in great condition. This is definitely not in great condition. This is probably like a 3 or a 4 a lot of color breaking bends and spine ticks. So, but it's definitely a cool cover, and I'm gonna be holding this one for trades. So I do like to trade rather than sell. So we'll see what happens to that one. But I definitely think it's a cool cover, so I like it myself. But definitely willing to trade that one for something that I like even more. Next, now we move on to DC. And the first one from DC is the New Teen Titans number 3. So this one actually has quite a few keys in it. The main one that I like, because it's one of my favorite characters from DC, is this has the origin of Firestar and Raven. It's also the first appearance of the Fearsome Five, which is a 5-member team of villains. And also, it's the first mention of the name Trigon, which is the father of Raven. He's a creature from the underworld, almost like a demon or something. So, but yeah, this one actually is in great condition. That's a $5 to $10 book, and it's holding its value because I would say that's a 9.0 or higher. But it's not an expensive comic, but it is a cool comic for me to have, especially because Starfire is one of my favorite characters. So next, this one, it's an actual preview. Kingdom Come preview before number 1. This is an 8-page preview of the storyline Kingdom Come, which is one of my favorite storylines from DC. So this one actually has a little bit of value, and although it's a dark cover, right, because the black and then a little bit dark here, it has no spine ticks. It's in great condition. So if I ever wanted to get this graded, because I love this cover, Green Lantern in this storyline was awesome and one of my favorite characters in the storyline. So yeah, very cool to have that. And yeah, that would be a 9.8 if it was, I mean, I couldn't find any flaws, so that would be great to get graded. So next, Blackest Night number 8. So this one is also one of my favorite storylines from DC. Blackest Night and Brightest Day together are amazing storylines from the Green Lantern realm of DC Comics. And this one actually has a awesome key in it. This is the first full appearance of the White Lantern Corps. As you can see right here, Sinestro has the White Lantern ring and has become part of the White Lantern Corps. And then it's a cool cover because it's got all the rings plus all the characters representing the colors of the rings. So definitely an awesome cover, awesome storyline, and this is the, I guess, big finale, 8 out of 8. So that's probably like a $10 book right there. So, and in great condition. And then the next 3 and last comics that I have, also part of DC and part of the Blackest Night. So this is going to be Green Lantern number 39. So this one is an awesome one for me to have because I love the cover, love the character. This is the first appearance of Larfleeze, which is this guy right here. It's he is part of the Orange Lantern Corps, which is a one-man corps. This is an awesome comic book. I'm very excited that I have this comic. I've been wanting it for a while. This only cost me $2.25, and it's a $10 to $20 book in great condition. And let me tell you, it is. No spine ticks. Corners are amazing. It could use a press, but I don't think it needs it. I couldn't find any defects on it. So very cool to have gotten that one for that price. Sticking to that price, $2.25, I also got Green Lantern number 43. That's a cool cover. But because Black Hand is not one of my favorite ones, and that's who that guy is, I'm probably going to have this one for trading. But this is definitely another key. So the key on this one is it's a prologue to the Blackest Night, and then also Black Hand becomes a Black Lantern as a member of the Deadly Corps, because that's what they're called. The Black Lantern Corps has to do with death in this storyline, or in the Blackest Night storyline. So very cool. That is a cool cover, so I can't deny that. I'm just not a big fan of the Black Lantern Corps. So, but I am a big fan of the White Lantern Corps. This next issue, Green Lantern number 52, also part of the Blackest Night. This one is packed with keys. There's like 4 or 5 of them. The first key is the origin of the life entity. Also, another key is that it has the origin of the stars and planets. Also, third, it has the origin of Ion, which is the entity of willpower. And last is the first appearance of all the entities from the spectrum of the light, which is the emotional spectrum. So basically, all the lantern rings and all the emotions of the universe. And yeah, I think that's the best way to explain it. So yeah, very cool keys in this comic, and also very cool cover. I'm not the biggest Sinestro fan, but I do like his character, and especially because here he becomes a White Lantern Corps member. So yeah, the bubble says you were expecting someone else. So very cool. I think it's awesome. Amazing art. And also $2.25. So this one is probably worth Green Lantern number 43 about maybe $20 to $30. So that's the most expensive one that I've found. And again, also in amazing shape. And then also this one in amazing shape, and it's probably worth about I don't know, like $10 to $15. So as you can see, we can still find awesome keys and comic books and cool covers for cheap, and sometimes they have quite some value, and not because they're damaged or ruined, but even in great shape. Sometimes you just gotta dig, hunt, and know what you're looking for. Watching these videos is how I learn. So hopefully today you learn from watching this video and seeing these keys. If you are looking to learn more, follow me, like this video, click subscribe, and then also share the video with others, especially new people in the comic book community. And I also recommend that you follow Mint Hunter Comics, Lunch Money Comics, and Tom 101, which he focuses a lot more on modern keys or modern comic books, but he does talk a lot about everything that has to do with comic books. And yeah, those are my top 3 that, or at least the first 3 that I started to follow and I got into and I learned so much from. Some of them, one day they share some videos and some cool keys, and then within that week I find those keys for cheap, and we're able to get them at an amazing price, and either put them in my collection or have them for trade so I can trade for better stuff. So definitely keep hunting. There is still a lot to find out there. If you are a new person coming into the comic book community and comic book collecting, what I recommend is that you keep watching the videos, do some research online, and download some cool apps like Key Collector. I also use Comic Geek, and keep learning little by little. So again, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you do, like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.